Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Erin. I go by Erin, the Urban Mermaid, and I am a mother, I'm a writer, I'm a psychic medium, I'm a fifth dimensional soul guide. I am an esoteric healer. I am an Usui Reiki master and advanced theta healing practitioner. I am a spiritual business coach, and I am a practicing astrologer. um, I am the founder of the Grounded and Glam series, and it is my mission here on Earth to guide my fellow empaths and light workers on their spiritual, personal development, ascension, and uh, whatever other journey they're on, to help them refine that inner light and shine it back into this world as leaders of the new earth. So I do tarot readings and I do birth chart readings, and that is why you're here for your Grounded and Glam Sun Goddess, Cancer Sun Goddess tarot reading. Oh my goodness. So we are now in Cancer season. I will say the last 6 weeks that Mercury retrograde in Gemini and those eclipses going off in the nodes and the other retrogrades that were going on and the moons. Oh man, what a fucking wild time. I just feel like now I'm coming out of all that. And, I've said this to a couple people that I truly feel like, you can't have that much stuff going on in the cosmos and going on energetically without there being some kind of, and I don't want to say this in a negative term and have it come off the wrong way, but without there being some kind of repercussion or backlash. And we're in emotional Cancer season. So I truly feel like July is going to have a lot of emotions running high. And then we go into Leo season, but I'll save that for the Sun Goddess, Leo Sun Goddess reading. So let's just talk about our Cancer Sun Goddess reading. So Cancer is the fourth sign in the zodiac, and it is ruled by the moon. And together they rule the fourth house, which is the house of family. So Cancer is actually the mother of the zodiac. She is Mama Bear. Cancer is extremely empathic. So Cancer is ruled by their emotions. I want you to think of a Cancer sun and tell me they are not emotional. Okay. They're the nurturer, the divine nurturer, if you ask me. They are the domestic diva. They rule over all things house and home. I'm so not Cancer. So I truly, truly admire them for being like that domestic diva. I can cook, I can clean, I got the kids, I'm this, I'm that. It's funny, actually, my North Node is in the fourth house. So I'm supposed to be leaning into that this lifetime. But so Cancer is extremely empathic, and the moon itself is known for the intuition. So there's that connection there. The Cancer's way of being psychic is through the emotions, to be able to feel what others feel, to be able to discern through feeling and emotion. So some other things about Cancer, one of the things I would say is like their secret superpower, because every sign has like some secret sauce to them that kind of goes unnoticed. And I feel like Cancer's is their like this truly conscious community leader, and people don't peg them for that because they're usually, think of it like this. Cancer is the crab, right? That's their symbol. And the crab has this tough exterior, but they're soft on the inside, but they can withdraw very easily. So you wouldn't think of it like that, but their intuition is so on point. They're so good at feeling things out that they have this ability to rise as a conscious community leader. So a couple other things. Cancer is a cardinal sign, and it is a water sign. So this just means that they're the first to react, and they take actions based on their emotions. So what are the shadows of Cancer? Because I think we've all finally learned by now that every sign has its shadows. It's not all amazing and light, right? But we can't have light without darkness. So Cancer is known to not face things head on. Again, come back to that crab, taking that side step through life. They could be very defensive. They could also hold on to memories. So I'm talking taking nostalgia to like an extra point, like not letting it go, living in the past even. And then also to be so emotional, it's important that we find that emotional maturity and that emotional almost stability. Otherwise, our emotions can eat us alive, and Cancer is known for that too. So let me go into our Cancer Sun Goddess reading. So you do not have to be a Cancer Sun for this to resonate with you. This is just getting the energy of the season while the sun itself is in the sign of Cancer. So I'm just shuffling up my decks. Today I'm going to be working with the Fountain Tarot. I was thinking like fountain water, and clarifying with the Golden Universal Tarot. And then I have a fun little oracle called Mermaids and Dolphins that I'm going to pull at the end. Again, kind of sticking with like that water theme. So I already did some meditating. Why don't we get down with the get down, and let's see what is in store for us for this Cancer season. Give me just a second here. Just shuffling until it feels good. Feeling it on out. Okay. Ooh, so we're starting off with the World. Okay. So that's kind of, and already that Major Arcana is just, Major Arcana is just coming up, just letting us know. 6 of Coins. Okay. 9 of Swords. All right, you guys. So let's start with the World. I love that different cards give you different downloads. And this particular deck, this Fountain Tarot, really does, the images are really interesting. So my downloads are very different from this. So here I get this woman and I see her on top of the world. So it looks like for this Cancer season, we're trying to get to the top of the world. I'm also getting that there was a completion of some sort. This last cycle that we went in that I referenced at the beginning, these past 6, 8 weeks, 2 months, whatever it was fucking rocky. It was rough, but we were meant to go through it so that we can learn from it, so we can go into our highest, best next timelines. We can't resolve our karmic debts if we don't actually break cycles and learn from them. So the Magician. So I love the Magician, the Master Manifester. I just dropped like 5 cards. No, I just dropped like 15 cards. Okay, normally, if I get a jumper, I'll pull it, but I was just like way too much. Sorry about that. I think I got carried away with my talking and my shuffling. The Magician is reminding us that everything we need is within us. So why don't we kind of go from there? 7 of Cups, the Moon. I'm going to pull one. Hierophant. Okay, so already a lot of Major Arcana is coming up. So the energy of the past 6 to 8 weeks, 2 months, it was really lucid. It was very foggy. There was a lot of like almost delusion. 7 of Cups to me is Pisces energy. It's very Piscean, where we kind of have a bridge of part of us is in the spiritual world, part of us is in the physical realm. And like, where are we making this bridge? What is this connection here? So the energy of the past 6 or 8 weeks had us in this real lucid, ungrounded state where we were super foggy and it was hard for us to discern. The Moon is coming up here, which I love, because we were meant to learn from this past time period, shadow work. At the end of the day, what shadows came up? Where's that ego death, right? What are the unhealed traumas that are coming out of those shadows that we were being forced to deal with? Because you know what? Those are the Hierophant. That's our spiritual teacher. It was painful. It was messy. It was chaotic. It was unprecedented. But and no matter how we felt through it, it's like it was very necessary for our ascension to go through that. It's a big part of our spiritual teacher. Those unhealed wounds that came up, the ego that was coming back up, it's our mission, it's our job to visit those so that we can essentially be on our ascension journeys, so that we can essentially rise. So we do bust up that karmic debt and we can go to the next level, ascension, whatever you want to say. Wow, I can't even believe how clear that was, like immediately. I'm gonna grab the golden tarot. I want to get into those shadows. I want to get into the moon. Ooh, so you guys all know I'm a Sagittarius, but I also have a Scorpio stellium. So sometimes I just got to go deep with shit. And also I have a Virgo moon, so I like to pick shit apart. So let's see what's up with this moon. And my Virgo moon is in the 8th house, which is ruled by Scorpio. So this time was meant for us to use the lessons to essentially metamorphose, right? We want to have the butterfly moment. We want to be the phoenix rising. So let's see. Okay. So Knight of coins, right? So what I'm sensing here, that a lot of our tangible world got shaken up too. Maybe we have to revisit some of the root chakra work. Maybe we have to revisit our sense of security. Maybe we have to revisit our finances. I hate the word budget. I think there's a huge low vibration attached to it. I really don't like it. I'm going to say financial organization, because we can't always be like fighting ourselves with this stuff. There has to be a time where enough is enough. And we are ready to stop those patterns and cycles. And I do feel, if going back to the magician, if we access those inner tools, that self-healing, and we're here to do the work, we will be victorious. We will come out on top. Okay. I like that. We understand that we had to do shadow work to go through that transformation, understand everything is within us, and that this is a spiritual healer. And we had to work through those, like, I'm at money issues is what's really coming up here, but those tangible issues of real life, could also be home and workplace and career. And stop struggling in those and end the cycles, and just knowing that we are self-healers, that's where that victory is going to come from. So I'm going to move on to the next leg, where I pulled 6 of coins. So, all right, I picked up the golden tarot, so I'm just going to go with that. Let's get some more info. What messages do you have about the 6 of coins? Okay, we got the King of Pentacles. Damn, I pulled the 9 of Swords twice. We had a lot of anxiety come up. A lot of anxiety, you guys. And 10 of... All right, so important lesson here is what I'm channeling. We need to learn to give back to the universe, give back to people, without the expectation, 1, of receiving back, and 2, that if we give, things are gone forever. So when we're actually in a place of giving, we are allowing space for more aligned stuff to come in. So by releasing and giving away what was tangibly in our world that was not making sense, essentially we're making room for ourselves to be like that King of Pentacles, that master of our money, master of our home, of our career, of our work. Again, the tangible stuff is coming up. I'm getting that the last 6 or 8 weeks, we had a lot of stuff about value, self-value, self-worth, money, all that stuff is really coming up and coming to the surface here. So one of our lessons was we have to learn that it's okay to give stuff away because it's going to come back to us in a better, more aligned way. And that we have to not have anxiety over this. We have to not worry about it because it's only making our life more burdensome. You know, I joke around, I say that the nine of swords is the Sunday scary card, because if you've ever had those Sunday scaries, you know, you have to go to work the next day, but you're either like still drunk or still partying and you're dreading getting up in the morning. That dread feeling is the nine of swords. So we must have had a lot of anxiety and dread around valuing ourselves. Okay, that's where it's coming up. Okay. I'm gonna pull a couple more cards here. Okay. All right. The Empress and the Ten of Coins. Putting ourselves first and our self-love and our self-worth ahead of other things isn't meant to be a burden. In fact, by doing that, we actually open ourselves up and release the burdens that life comes with, the chaos, the stress, the lack of balance, the not feeling grounded stuff. The more we give back to ourselves in a loving manner, which means loving ourselves and valuing ourselves, the more we actually create time, the more we create space, the more we raise our own vibration. Like the slowing down, people, what's the saying? The tighter your schedule, the more you should slow down. That's a paraphrase, but or when you don't think you have the time is really when you should be slowing down, and giving back to yourself. The Empress wants us to be this like creative, fertile, connected, grounded human being. She's Venus energy. She wants us to love ourselves and put our self-worth first. So that starts with self-love, self-esteem, self-worth, self-value. You really can't have one without any of the other. They're all part of a four-piece puzzle. So we have to put those puzzle pieces together. And only then, when we start doing that, do we get the rewards and results. And what it's looking like is, because we've been neglecting these parts of ourselves, we've been blocking our abundance. Okay. All right, so I'm going to move on to our third leg. I'm actually going to check my battery. I don't have my computer plugged in, sorry. Okay, so Nine of Swords, which came up twice. I mean, I was an anxious nut job for the past 8 weeks, and I feel like everyone I've spoken to has been too. It makes it a lot harder when you're an empath, which yes, I am, but most of the people I talk to are either, because if the whole collective feels like the Sunday scaries and anxiety, then it's really hard to not take on all of those emotions, because that's essentially what an empath is. It's hard to discern your clear-cut emotions from taking on others. So let's see what comes up with that. Just going to give the deck another little shuffle. Okay. Queen of Coins. Okay. Seven of Swords. Oh, okay. The Hermit. Okay. So this is all coming back to that self-esteem, self-love, self-worth, and self-value, because the reason we're so anxious is because we were engaging in self-betrayal. Seven of Swords. So normally, well, I'm with it. People, that indicates a betrayal. I'm feeling that we were betraying ourselves. And again, that's a really double-edged sword, because we that makes us lose our trust with ourselves. And if you can't trust yourself, um, I mean, it goes beyond blocking yourself. I mean, um, that's a message to the universe too, that you want to stay stuck in cycles and patterns. Um, Now, the hermit is saying we needed to bring it in. We needed to spend some time in self assessment, self reflection, and find our inner light to light this path ahead. Um, you know, and for this is focusing on what is getting us stuck in these cycles, and how can I stop that? I don't want to do this anymore. So you have to retreat and spend some time in self reflection and find some self awareness. Yeah, that's what that is. Now, the Queen of Coins, I always, she's like the CEO soccer mom to me, like the head bitch in charge, but like still has a family, like the entrepreneur mother. So I'm sure many of us have these goals to find that balance between work and family life. And you know what? I can't believe how much coins have come up. So money and the value and the worth are really what's huge here. So this Queen of Coins is representing the potential for us to truly love ourselves, honor ourselves, value ourselves, and representing the highest, most self worth that we could have. And the way we get to that, it we have to stop the cycle of self betrayal. And we do that by sitting in silence with ourselves and reflecting. So I'm going to go into this a little bit further, because I feel there's truly some more messages attached with all of this. Okay, we got a jumper, temperance, of course, and 6 of Cups. Okay, 2 of Wands. All right, this is what I'm seeing. So temperance also is asking us to do some self-assessment, but it's where is there misalignment in our life? Because if there's misalignment in our life, if we're pouring too much out of one cup, if this cup's empty, if this cup's full, and cups are metaphors for like, hey, maybe this is work, maybe this is family, this is myself, this is my partnership. When everything is misaligned, again, that's what's blocking us from becoming our highest and best self, from manifesting, from calling in what we truly want and need. So again, the self-assessment is coming back up. We need some self-awareness of what's truly going on in our lives. And 6 of Cups is we can't get caught in those. This is actually a Cancer card. I think I said that earlier. 6 of Cups is like the Cancer card to me. We can't get caught up in those past memories. A lot of times we live in the past because we think it's good there or it's better there. But that's kind of hindering us from the good stuff that's to come. So we have to do some releasing of those past memories. Oh, this is what it is. Memories, not the good memories, but we're beating ourselves up for for the self betrayal that we've done previously, instead of seeing that we have two choices here. Yeah, we could stay and beat ourselves up, or we can Queen of Pentacles that bitch and fucking value ourselves enough to break cycles. What? Okay. I'm going to pull one more card here, I think. See how I feel to pull this all together. Okay. Okay, I pulled 3. hold on. I want to get a really clear message here from spirit so that I am a vessel that clearly channels it and says it the right way. It's to be mindful. When we with those choices of staying in those memories and letting self-betrayal eat us alive, or we could go forward and we could even ask community for help. um, Now, normally the Four of Swords is like, I think like, let's gather for a fiesta, let's have a celebration. But again, this card deck is quite different. So I get very different downloads. And here I see community all working together to rise these four swords. You might need to find your community to rise above this. And it might be a whole new community. And with that comes emotional maturity and security. Okay. So let me break it down for you guys. Going back to that world card, we want to be on top of the world, and we just completed a huge karmic cycle where we're going through a transformation, and we had to understand that as self-healers, it's all within us, and that everything is a spiritual lesson. Everything's happening for us and not to us. The finances, the self-worth, the self-value were those shadows that keep coming back because they were not truly healed. There was still ego attached to them, and that had us with a lot of anxiety. Right, those Sunday scaries, dread. We had a lot of anxiety surrounding it. But once we come to a point where we realize we had to pull back, do some self-reflection, do some self-assessment, realign what's going on in our lives, um, and choose to move forward and work on ourselves rather than stay stuck in the past memories and beat ourselves up. So eventually, and maybe we need a community to help us do this, but eventually we'll come to a place of Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles energy, where we're masters of our self-worth, of our self-value, and of our emotions. Wow. That's such Cancer energy. So I'm going to pull an oracle card. So as I mentioned, I'm using this deck, Magical Mermaids and Dolphins. And yes, this is the Dorian Virtue deck. Yes, I know that she denounced all spirituality and she's doing her Jesus thing, but she could just do her. I don't think that actually discredits the work that she's done. I've learned a lot from her stuff. I'll be quite honest with you. Okay. But this deck is really hard to shuffle. So we're just going to have to trust that we're shuffling and the card that's meant for us will show. Break free. Try different ventures and experiences as a way to grow and learn. I love that. I love that. And you know what? I'm actually going to coattail off of that. So if you guys have been following me, you know that I have launched my Phoenix Rising Academy, which is it's a transformational alchemy for the soul. So if you are tired of being in these cycles and you feel like you can't break them, patterns, whether they're karmic, whether they're learned things, whether it's an emotional core wound, whether it is a karmic wound, whether it is something that you just can't seem to bust up, whether it's your ego. This is a transformational course where I'm going to guide you through working through all of this, but most importantly, leave you with the tools to be a self-healer for after, because the course is 12 weeks. And I promise there's going to be some aha moments. There's going to be like, some real come to Jesus moments, as I like to say. But it's important to me that I leave you with the tools to be a self-healer going forward. So there is some self-study. There is group sessions. There's 6 group sessions, and there is one-on-one intuitive healing sessions. You get entry to my 8/8 Lionsgate portal. You get my free ebook that my latest one, which is about the Phoenix Rising and healing. And I mean, this is really just a huge part of your journey if you're tired of your own shit. I think that I should preface I'm not a therapist. I work with esoteric healing. I work with energy healing. I work with spirit. My messages come from spirit. My messages come from the divine. I'm trained as an Usui Reiki master. I'm trained in advanced theta healing. As you know, I do tarot readings and also astrology, which is the real foundation to getting to what your issues are, because you might not even know what they are. Actually, I'm going to say intuitively and deep down, you probably do, but sometimes you need to hear someone else say it. Sometimes you need to see, like, oh my God, it's in my birth chart, and my birth chart is my soul's blueprint. I want people to be the tools to be self healers. So that's what this course is really about. I am only taking 5 people. I already got 2 people in my early registration. If you would like to apply, because this is by application only, you have till July 25th, and I will leave the link below. Um, if you would like more information, you could go to my website, which is www.erintheurbanmermaid. Go to the top of my page and you can sign up for my newsletter, because that's where a lot of my best information comes from, other than posting on Instagram, which you can always find me at Erin the Urban Mermaid. You could DM me. We can chat about this. But again, as I mentioned, it is application only, because as this is going to be energetically demanding of you, it also demands the next level of myself. And I want to make sure I am giving everyone my best self. And everyone finds that opportunity for transformation and growth. So I'll leave that link below. You have till July 25th. Other than that, thank you guys for tuning in. Take what you need from this, and wishing you all a wonderful Cancer season. All right, guys. Thank you.